last we left off, y'all helped Calatarn defeat or complete her change to the ritual. It was a nice big long fight, and we'll pick up directly after that. As all of you wake up or open your eyes and you're back in Calatarn's study, you don't feel any physical wounds. You have all your spell slots and stuff like that. You still can feel the wounds mentally, but they start to fade as you realize, oh, they're not there anymore. We're all good.
Nice.
However, the primary difference you see now that you're back in the room, primary difference is where Calatarn was. You now see Calatarn's like skin has turned like a pale white and is starting to get almost like papery. And like her whole body has become this like translucent papery white, and overall it looks exactly like this, like Tarnis, save for a couple of extra bulges around her neck.
It's a thyroid issue. You should see a doctor.
After a little bit of time, you'll see the outer layer of her skin start to separate and shed off as she sheds that outer layer of skin. And you'll see a few key differences now that she's ascended. First off, her previously like black kind of opalescent body now has little tiny. It looks like it has little tiny stars in the background of it, and if you move your head and like change your angle, that pattern seems to shift, and so her entire like body, you can see like this starscape behind her jet black scales.
That is cool.
However, more alarming is out of her neck, two on each side, you see four additional snake heads coming out of her neck. They're only the size of snakes at this point.
At this point,
Well, I say that because you could visually see them growing, like slowly, but they are getting slowly larger.
Amanda is sick in the background.
Calatar, is this normal?
Yes, it will take some time for them to grow fully in. However, the anathema has the benefit of many heads, so it can divide its processing. However, I am no longer Calatarn. A Tarn is the idol of snakes. He is the one who created our species. With this deviation, we are no longer bound to him. So I think no longer am I Calatarn.
What would you have us call you?
Just Cal for now. Cal of the Free Serpents.
Calatis?
is that a workshop title? Like, are you open for suggestions? Like,
I am open to suggestions. I could not come up with a more concise name for a Free Serpents. But she breathes and says, "Thank you. Thank you very much for what you've done. So I'm in your debt. Whatever you need, I will help."
Well, I guess I am wondering whether this means that we can help you to leave the grove now?
Potentially. I have a few more things I want to get done here. Specifically, I want to make sure that this is able to help Rotox. But as soon as Rotox is cured, and I'll have to discuss it with Whis as well. But yes.
Do you think you'd still keep this to yourself, like to leave the grove? I'm assuming it's just a way out, but the grove would still remain after you're gone, right?
I assume so.
So I guess I was just concerned that those that enjoy the Grove and what it offers, I wouldn't want to take that from them.
No, of course not.
It does seem like a resounding success. How does it feel?
It'll take some getting used to. As soon as the my other heads grow in, I imagine it will be a truly strange experience, but I'll get used to it.
Well, do you think you'll keep yourself hidden for now, or make yourselves known to the other Grove people?
I have much work to do when it comes to preparing to fix Rotox and other things, so I will not hide myself, but I will not prevent anyone from coming to visit if they do.
In that case, I guess we will leave. I guess we can leave you to it.
Mm.
So maybe David, just as a way of reminder, we wanted to help
Mhm.
Kalatan or just Cal, I guess, for was that in I was trying to remember, was the inciting incident the Valkyrie? Was it Valkyrie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so Valkyrie told you that in order to get her way out to work, she's going to need someone with a lot of authority, and a lot of magic, both of which Calatarn has in spades.
Okay. So this is good. I suppose Kalatan, there is one, or just Cal, sorry, there is one thing you might be able to help with.
Yes.
Valkyrie, I believe, is looking to leave the Grove for fairly urgent business. I wonder if this might be something you can do for them.
Whatever help that I can lend. Should we go now?
I don't see why not.
All right. Doodle-doodle-doo. All right. You guys arrive back at Valkyrie's house, and she says, "Oh, you brought her. Oh, hi, Cal. You look more radiant, I guess. I am ready to help in any way I can. These lovely people have helped me to reach my ascension. I believe I'm at least of more help now." All right. It's like, well, okay. Well, I could absolutely use your help. Thank you, guys.
It's no problem.
I think for right, I think for right now, I think Cal and I can handle it for the time being. But I would love you guys to be here before I go.
Of course.
Say circle back. Let's I think let's say this is morning. Let's say I think we should be ready to go, but go by this evening. So I'd appreciate it if you would see me off. But until then, whatever you guys want to do, I think Cal and I can handle it from here.
All right. We'll leave you to it. Thanks again for your help for us as well.
First things first. That is the end of an arc. Well, it's leading up to the end of an arc. I kind of want to get you guys another level higher, I think.
Yeah.
And so like we can do that wherever you want. I think today I want to do like a little mini downtime, but so I guess like does anyone have anyone that they want to go spend some time with until this evening when Valkyrie leaves? All right, sorry.
I at least have one, but I don't know if anyone else does.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
I know who Amanda wants to visit.
Shut up.
What? No Farmer Gigi?
I gotta get on my game here. I haven't been thinking of pickup lines.
Didn't they give you a
All right.
quest last time?
Oh crap.
Did he?
Did he?
Didn't
I don't
Amanda,
remember.
like unlock the loyalty quest? Wasn't that the joke we kept making?
Well, I think
I
that
don't-
might be when she goes now. She might unlock that loyalty quest.
I awakened a carrot.
That's true. I do remember the carrot. I like the carrot a lot.
Yeah. But I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember a loyalty quest either.
Yeah, David, can you just remember a loyalty quest just off the top of your head? Just
You got it
I
right.
would, I would love to.
I know you only got like 6 hours of sleep last night. It's enough to come up with a loyalty quest, especially when you wake up.
I'll come up with something. All right. So who wants to go first? I want to mention if you guys don't have a scene you guys want to do, like this is gonna be a downtime light. I'll still get you guys your like downtime bonuses, but they don't have to be specifically tied to whatever. And like it can be like out of order a little bit. Like I'm thinking like I don't know if Elliot you want to continue your training with Calatarn or for Cal for your site stuff, but since she's unavailable right now, we'd say that training took place afterwards.
yeah, that works.
Um,
I'm happy with that.
Yeah. So this is going to be a little bit time wobbly for a bit.
I have that scene that you and I talked about, David, I think 2 weeks ago now,
With who?
with Mumbara.
Okay. I totally remember that.
This is me remembering it.
Sequest.
All right. Let's try. See what I can do. All right.
Me with all of my luck ready to re-roll things because of what we discussed, and you're like, I don't remember any of this.
Could you like send me a quick text detailing the topic at least?
Yeah,
Just
hold on.
needs a reminder.
Everyone else, discuss amongst thyselves. Come up with what you want to do.
We could have a three-way battle to woo Farmer GG, I suppose.
We could have a what?
A three-way battle to woo Farmer GG.
Yeah, what if I just
Oh.
also want to date the farmer now?
Wow. Okay, I didn't realize I had competition.
Well, you could do. It might just as friends to try and get you out of your shell and just really get you going for it. You know.
Right. Okay. I mean, I'm down for that. Honestly, a little, you know,
This is
it's good to have a little, what's it called?
You got it. I believe you.
Dating around, a little challenge.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Give Farmer GG a chance to really weigh his options.
You know, like we don't. You know, Farmer GG's been here by themselves for a very long time. We want to make sure that
I
they
know he
are
has the
fully
right.
aware of their options. You know what
He
I
has
mean?
a right to explore and find what he likes and doesn't like.
Exactly.
Prove he actually wants you by making him jealous of you.
Yeah.
No, that sounds like too much work. Honestly, I don't have that much effort in me right now.
Average non-single.
Yeah.
Can't be bothered putting effort for dating anymore.
Yeah, honestly.
Besides, I'm pretty sure my character's got a life companion in that sort.
Things have been sent to you through the Discord.
Uh-huh. Please go on.
I'm unsure if I can even do this scene though because of my voice.
Alex,
You don't have to do the Ox voice. It'll be fine.
No, but I want to.
you just swallowed like 5 bugs on your way over. It's fine.
Okay. Sounds good.
In other news, local girl dies trying to do voice for character in Dungeons and Dragons.
Do you remember now?
Yeah, I do remember.
So other than talking about Farmer Gigi, did anyone else decide on a scene they'd like to do? Maybe there's some more like NPCs they want to go talk to, or even talks amongst the party. Like,
I was trying to.
I can't just carry this campaign, you guys.
Getting close to other people in the party? Don't be silly.
It goes against my character's beliefs. David, I chose an awful character for the one that David was like, let's all be friends with the NPCs and then with each other and have like interactions with them. And my character's like, I don't want to talk to people.
I guess Jalen could go harass Hella. I think that could be pretty fun.
Does my room have a lock on it? First question.
Not
All right, so let's pick up. Where are you meeting Mbara?
I was thinking I was probably meeting her at her house.
All right, sounds good. So let's cut to you two having tea.
Me with my actual tea here, like, yes, please.
She says, I'm really glad that you and your friends came here. It's truly wonderful to have another friend here.
Alex will nod, and she's gonna kind of hop off her chair and walk around, like, to be in front of Mumbar. And she's, I wanted to give you this. These bracelets mean much to my culture and to Belhair. It is a sign of if anything were to happen, you are under her protection and that you are a part of me. And she hands her these purple dyed bone beads.
Thank you. I will wear them with pride.
I also wanted to discuss with you a matter that I know for you might be troublesome.
Whatever is it?
If, hypothetically, I would never ask you to leave this world. But if the opportunity arose, I ask you to not hate me if I leave. I understand how wonderful this place is, and I know that it is wonderful for you, and this is very lovely. But I want you to understand me how quiet it is. My mother cannot hear me here, and I cannot hear her. At times, it is torture. I cannot reach her at all. The thought of being able to, maybe even if it was something of being able to come in and out of the grove, even with continuing to have protections, is something that appeals to me, at least, due to this sort of thing. I know you have lost much, and as of I want you to understand that I would never ask you to give up things like this, but to also understand me, that I feel like I'm dying here.
Understand. I try to think I do. However, if you must leave this place, and if there is a way to leave, I would ask that you. I would ask that the way be shut once you do. I If you were able to come and go as you please, then anyone could. That so if you do leave, I would ask that you would not return. To not make a way into the grove or a way out of the grove known.
I understand. And I would make sure that no one could come and harm you. Honestly, I know there are people who are trying to study the grove on the outside, and I don't know their intentions. But if I were to leave, and again, this isn't... It's unlikely. Very unlikely. But even if I were to leave, I would protect this place.
Thank you.
You mean much to me. It's
Uh,
difficult to... I've lost much in so little time. It is good to have a family again.
I hope wherever you travel, you always find your family.
Alex is gonna do that, like, rests hand on top of hand and pats it sort of thing.
And we'll fade out of that scene. All right. Are there any other scenes we want to do?
I wouldn't mind chatting to my boy Hella for a second.
Oh,
I get a
inner
choice?
party.
Yeah.
What is this?
All right. Where are you guys having this talk?
Nowhere.
Hella, I was assuming you were like locked in your room or something.
Yeah, most likely.
Okay, cool.
In the room reading.
Okay. Hella? Hella? Hella?
Yes.
Do you have a moment?
Yes.
Okay.
Invites you into his room.
Okay. God, I didn't want to stand and just talk through the door awkwardly. Okay.
Yes, you do. Go for that. You would love that.
I mean, I could just walk through the door as well, but I thought that would be rude. Yeah.
Thanks.
I guess I wanted to ask, so there's a possibility of course, of us being able to leave the grove and, or at least talk of this, and I guess I know you and I are a little similar in some ways, at least in terms of following some sort of higher power, and so I guess I wondered what your plans were and what your or maybe even guidance, whether you had any guidance for me, but I wondered what was next for you after this.
I'm not entirely sure. I definitely am curious in learning about this place. I don't entirely trust it, but I'm not really sure where I'd go otherwise. I kind of just always been in the same place before this. Traveling here was the first time I really left my home. So I'm not really sure where I'd go afterwards.
If you need a traveling companion, you seem like a nice enough guy, and I'm sure we could do some good in the world together.
Why do you focus on doing good?
It's not it's not something I would be doing otherwise, but I've been encouraged this way by my ward, by my patron, to actually do some good in my life. And I suppose initially it was just to get more power, but at this point it's just sort of become a habit. I don't really, like I say, I don't really want to, and I probably wouldn't if it was just me. But I've been strongly encouraged to do so.
Are you Deadman from DC Comics? Like, man.
Wait, is that a thing?
Deadman, he's like his whole thing is like his god is like, you were kind of lame in real life. Go and be a good person and do good things now.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's like that.
That's a noble goal. I've always been more focused on one specific subject, kind of learning about that and focusing on that. The Brightlands are an odd place, and there's a lot that should be different there.
Is this where you are from?
Yeah.
And do you think is this a place you'd want to return to? If
Mm,
even if we got out of here, is that somewhere you'd like to avoid?
how? Mm, I have to go back, but it's probably not gonna be. I'm gonna go and do something there that I feel is right. A lot of people probably wouldn't be inclined to agree with what I want to happen.
Okay, well, I won't pry if you don't want to share, but if you do need a traveling companion, and if you are heading out that way, I do need to find out from my own patron what is required of me next. But if helping you is on the cards, I'd be happy to do it.
Sure. Better to, well, this whole trip out here has led me to think that being alone isn't always the best choice.
I am feeling the same way ever since the group of us actually got together to cross the veil into this place. I think it seems to have gone fairly well, and there's a lot less town guard harassing me in here, so this is nice.
It's funny. Agreed.
Right, well, I'll leave you to your reading. See you later.
Thanks for stopping by. I mean, when you leave, he doesn't close the door.
Ah.
Ooh,
Wait a minute.
Ooh,
spicy.
come back anytime.
That. Amanda, do you want to do a little scene with Gigi?
I don't know. I think if I'm gonna do a scene, I maybe want to try something new. But I don't know. I feel like we haven't talked to Rhino in a while.
That's true.
You can't speak English?
Wait, he can't? I forgot.
Every time he's spoken, Nib has translated.
Right.
I thought it was the
Um,
frog doctor that translated. Is that the...
Yeah, Nib.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
he's the tree frog guy. Well, can I talk to both of them?
Sure.
All right.
All right. Let's pick this up. Let's see. Sorry. We'll pick up with you. You're like knocking on the door, and Nib. Actually, probably Rhino opens the door, and Nib's like on a little frog-sized recliner.
Recliners, David. Is this you being like, of all of our chairs, I wish I had a recliner?
I think if Rhino is a proper carpenter, he can make anyone any number of recliners.
Oh, this is interesting.
Is that how that works? Last I checked, recliners are not entirely made of wood.
It's fancy.
Don't worry
Fancy.
about
Fancy recliner.
it.
Where would he get like the fluff and the leather?
Carpentry.
Right.
I imagine like
He
Mombara can
steals.
provide like down and stuff like that.
All right.
Does Farmer Gigi have animals?
Mm, I don't know actually. I hadn't imagined him having any livestock, but we can play with that if you want to.
Yeah.
Amanda has still yet to bust out her bag of animals.
I know. I was just gonna say that I do have that bag of tricks that I haven't used yet, and maybe there's potential there.
So Nib will look to you and say, "Ah, Elvis, what can I do for you?"
Hello. I was just stopping by. Really, I mean, I know I was out looking for Farmer Gigi, but we can't really find him anywhere. So I figured I'd see what you two were up to. I feel like I haven't had much of a chance to learn about you guys, and I guess I just wanted to ask about your life here.
Oh, oh, I guess what is there to know? Let's see. I mean, we arrived here a while back. I think I don't remember exactly what order it was, but we just came here. I met Rhino outside of I don't remember what town it was. Not really important. Um, he was being chased off by the populace there. Small-minded folk. Um, I fixed him up and then figured he's a good guy to hang around. He seems like a very nice person. And we got our letter, and we decided to come here afterwards. It's kind of just been an eye against everything up till now.
You got your letter?
Yeah. Oh, Rhino got the letter. I tagged along because I had nowhere else to be, and Rhino seemed a good sort and needed some help.
Interesting. I guess I wonder how it is that you understand each other so well.
Oh, I've always had a knack for languages. It probably helps that Rhino is a little bit telepathic. And so we were able to form a bond over time that lets him to communicate things a little more easily to me. It's not quite, it's nowhere near like telepathy or anything like that. But when he speaks to me, I can understand his words. I can understand the intent that he's trying to convey.
Well, I wonder, just out of curiosity, whether you guys have felt or noticed anything strange recently.
I mean, I've been having the headaches like everyone else, but I've been able to mitigate them pretty well. Oh, it's gonna take way too long to leave. Okay, there's no short answers to this. Great. I was trying to look up to see what effects increased barometric pressure has on insects, and there are no summaries. There are only just whole scientific papers. And
Oh
I do not
yeah.
have time to read that.
What do you mean you
Oh.
don't already have
Wait,
this
no,
info
hang on.
down?
Here's my question. Do frogs, because frogs eat insects. So
Yeah.
here's where I'm going with this. Do they eat beetles? Do they eat little
I think they will.
I mean, like, I definitely have sold beetles to people who own frogs. Although
Okay,
typically
So-
they do crickets.
this is an interesting relationship we have here.
Got a bit of predator prey, sort of beast stars.
That's all.
Wait, hold up. Apparently, in an experiment done by I don't know who the police, I can't see it. Apparently, in an experiment, including more than 30 beetle to frog matchups, 9 out of 10 beetles survived being eaten.
Oh,
Hilarious.
interesting.
See,
Like
but
the frog didn't digest them; they just came out the other end still alive.
That's traumatizing.
ew.
That's still a 1 out of 10 chance that Dr. Nib could eat his reindeer.
No, the thing is, he'll eat him, but then he'll just come out fine.
But
That's true.
here's the thing too, is there's also that photo, and Rhino is off of like a Hercules beetle. There's that photo of a tree frog riding a rhinoceros beetle, like, yeah, this is awesome.
I was gonna say, Nib is like 2.5 feet tall. Rhino is like 7.
That's
It would
true.
be really hard to ingest.
But does he ever like feel like you ever look up at him like that's a lot of cake,
No, he's a person.
It's this sort of relationship. I see how it is.
That's not what I meant.
Amanda's like, bugs aren't even people. Today we learned that Elvis is a racist.
I'm so sorry.
No wonder the gnomes hate you.
I'm sorry for thinking bugs aren't people.
No wonder the gnomes hate you.
I think this conversation's gone off the rails.
A wee
Well-
bit.
We've never been on the rails.
Never. Well,
How dare you accuse us of being on the rails?
Yeah, fair.
I'll
That's
be a
true.
very strong anti-rails position in my community.
chaotic. Yeah, well, I had a question and then I forgot it for Rhino, and then I forgot it.
It's okay. You forgot. We can come back to it later.
Okay. Yeah, I'm blanking right now.
Continue scene at a later date. We'll fade
Yeah,
out.
now all I can think about is frogs and beetles. Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you want to talk to them about?
I'm trying to think. I
like-
I had a thought.
I like to imagine that in universe, Elvis just blanked and is just staring at them, just like cogs turning, and they're just waiting at their doorstep for like 5 minutes.
This is canon. I am actually thinking about how the relationship works, whether Dr. Nib ever feels tempted to eat him, but I'm not vocalizing this out loud. But I am wondering if Rhino can telepathically sense that I'm thinking about this.
There's no indication of that.
Okay. Wow. In other words, how many does Rhino, do you happen to specialize in crafting boomerangs?
The ulterior motive.
Yes.
Isn't your boomerang like magical and one of a kind?
Yeah, but I just it doesn't hurt to have more, or to have a repairman.
Dual wield boomerangs.
Yeah.
Ryan, Nib says, I don't think he's ever made a boomerang before, but I'm sure he can try.
All right. Well, I mean, it's just good to know, in case this bad boy ever breaks down on me, or gets snapped in half, or sometimes it's good to just have 30.
Rhino holds out a hand, gesturing to the boomerang.
Okay, I take out my boomerang and I hand it to him. I go, be careful with it.
Very important
He
to a certain group of people.
looking at it, examining it, and then he wanders off into his workshop.
No, wait, where are you going?
It's mine now. Goodbye.
Wait, that took a lot of. I start like panicking. I start having a little bit of a panic attack. I'm like, wait a second. Let's slow down. Where are you going with that?
Like Nibs following afterwards, like, oh, I don't know. He's not telling me what's going on.
Destroys it.
No. I spent my whole life running with this thing.
Your whole life? Aren't you like a half elf, like 100 years old?
I'm 300 years old.
Dang,
Excuse you.
you've been on the run for a long time.
I've never had a home, man.
Never
Never.
came out the womb on the road,
Yeah.
born on a bus.
Yeah. Actually, in a forest.
It's a home.
I mean, yeah.
It was the friends we made along the way.
Home is the trees we met along the way.
If two guys hug in a forest, no one's around to hear it. Do they still say no homo?
Probably not.
I've dropped a needle and I don't know where it went.
Well, it was nice.
Good luck to your feet.
Any haystacks nearby that it's fallen into, perhaps?
We all know needles naturally attract.
Oh. All right. Turns out Sarah
That's so
can
easy to
just
find
spot a needle sticking out of a dark carpet.
Oh, I have lots of practice.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw
What is
the
that?
kitchen floor in my old house, but it looked exactly like camo, and somehow anything you dropped was literally impossible.
Camouflage kitchen floor. So I think what Rhino does, probably like in a way that like because he's so large and like it's difficult to stop him. He ends up like he pulls out his tools. He starts working on your boomerang, and after a little bit comes back with the boomerang now has some little what are they called? You ever seen those like decorative rivets that they put on handles sometimes?
Yeah.
Where they're like embossed and everything like that.
Yeah.
And so basically he's gone through and like put like a series of rivets along your boomerang, of all different patterns and shapes. The boomerang now having some extra weight is now an additional +1.
Oh no. I'm like twitching when I see him come back with it. I'm like, but I look at it and I go, man, the gnomes would hate me if they saw this one.
Don't they already hate you?
Yeah, I mean they do, but more, 10 times.
All right. I don't know how you managed to piss off an entire race of people.
Dude, I just love that there's a vendetta with gnomes in 2 party members.
All right.
Yeah.
Boomerang has become a +1 boomerang.
Thank you. I'm not sure how to pay you for this.
Rhino like waves his hand and shakes his head, and Nib's like, "Oh, no, he's happy to work on it. He doesn't. I don't think Rhino's ever accepted payment for anything. I don't know if he understands the concept of money.
Oh. Wait, you haven't been like, what's the word? Exploiting him all these years?
I mean, I met him only like a week and a half before we came to the Grove.
Mm.
So yes, he's been doing.
Interesting.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you want to talk to them about?
No, I lost my thought, my original thought. So that's it.
All right, that sounds good. I think then we'll do one little mini scene of I just want to get this little scene in. Um, let's say like late afternoon. Calatarn probably comes over to the clubhouse and uh, knocks on
Clubhouse.
I know, I thought of that.
knocks on Jalen's door, um, assuming he's
Yeah, I'll
there.
be there. Why not?
Uh, Calatarn or Cal says, uh, "I think the preparations with Valkyrie are just about done. We have some time if you'd like to continue your training to see how I do."
Yes, please.
So she like sets up some candles, pulls out like some other materials, and sits you down, instructs you to close your eyes as they were before. Um, and then she starts to walk you through the next part of the training. Your eyes are closed. You're listening. You're feeling the world around you with your tremor sense. Um, then she says, "To begin, you closed your eyes and felt the world around you. Now it is time for you to open them again and see the world around you. Um, when you open your eyes, you can see everything clear as day, everything looks fine. However, you notice there are no active light sources in the room.
Oh.
Did you have dark vision? Because he's a
Yeah.
human.
So basically, the effect of this advancement is you gain the Eldritch Sight invocation, um, as a free invocation.
Awesome. Okay.
Uh, and she says, "All right, once you're used to uh, used to be able to see like this, there's one more step, and then you'll be able to see as I do."
Thank you very much. I, I guess I can't thank you enough for supplying me with this. I'm sure this will come in handy.
I hope it will. All right, let's fast forward to
Wait,
Valkyrie's house.
so
Oh,
he got the Eldritch Sight invocation, you said?
yeah.
Noted.
So now you can see in dark, 120 feet, and can see in magical darkness too.
Very cool. Wasn't he the one person who couldn't see in the dark before?
I think so.
Nice.
Yeah, because everyone else had dark vision.
Average human moment.
All right, so that's solid. Um, so let's pick back up at Valkyrie's house. Uh, Valkyrie has constructed a little like archway, and then like has her discs, her disc player centered on the side, and the contraptions, like the magical contraptions, set up very intricately. And she says, "Thank you for seeing me off. The portal will be open for only a moment. Um, I'm going to go through. If you guys want to come as well, that's your choice. But be aware that the portal will only be open for a moment."
So are we right in understanding that after it is closed, there will be no way of opening it again?
Not without significantly more magic. It's taken a long time to charge up the devices here. And I imagine Cal will be spent for a while after this. Um, it's a very taxing thing. So,
I see.
but it will be possible to open it again later, but it may be a while,
All right.
assuming it works this
True.
time.
Assuming it works. Would you?
Wait,
Sorry, go ahead.
is there any explanation for like how this is going to happen and how we got it to open and or anything like that?
The basically what's going to go on is uh my my receiver here is designed to be able to receive edits to uh whatever variety of orders disk is sent out. I think I was able to reverse that and turn it into a transmitter. And given that it doesn't transmit the way normal magical messages do, I think this might be able to let us pierce the veil, and get me out.
Okay. If you wouldn't mind waiting for 1 second, I suppose I just want to confirm with my patron, if I may, if that would be this would be the right thing for me to do, whether I join you or whether I stay here.
Of course.
All right. Is the whole party here?
Hmm?
Okay. I guess I just disappear into my necklace real quick.
All right.
Alex catches it.
Oh, thank you. I guess I just want to see if Methane is available.
Yeah. And then he is available to hang.
Number you've dialed is no longer reachable.
Uh, yes, Jalen. What is it?
There's a chance for me to leave the grove to move on, but I am hesitating as I don't know if this is the right thing or whether I can be of more service somewhere else in the world or whether it's better for me to be here and be of service here.
You have created much good here and done many good things. Uh, I I'll admit I can no longer sense the danger I felt before, and perhaps that means that this place is now safe. However, if you wish to stay, that is, you there is more to be done here if that is what you want. But if you wish to leave, we will find more things to do.
If there's more to be done here, if there's perhaps ways I can help, and maybe there will be another opportunity in the future. I mean, if we can get you up to full strength, perhaps you will be able to open a portal in the future as well.
Perhaps.
In that case, I think I will stay, just for the time being. I'll see how many other people I can change their lives or help them for the better.
I trust your judgment.
Alright, I come out the necklace.
All right, everybody ready? This Valkyrie says.
I think so.
Did,
Everybody, yeah,
did we want to discuss as a party on what we want to do here?
Oh yeah, I forgot you guys couldn't hear that conversation. Yes, I think I think I will stay for now. It seems there is still some good to be done here, and with any luck, my patron will be able to open another portal at some point in the future. Maybe, possibly.
What of you two, Hella and Elvis?
Hmm. Well,
still more to figure out about this place. Not ready to leave.
I feel like if there's another chance later to leave, and this is not necessarily the last opportunity, then I'm willing to stay and see what else we can do. Yeah.
Alex is gonna look towards Valkyrie and just be quiet for a while. And then I will stay as well.
I suppose it is decided.
Thank you, and I appreciate your help so far. And she flips a switch, and Cal starts doing some magical ritual, and throwing up symbols, and glyphs start to float in the air. As slowly, from some people's perspective, nothing happens. Other people's perspective, a small slit starts to appear in the air. As you shift your head, it seems to disappear as this is a two-dimensional slit. And so if you look at it from the wrong angle, it's invisible. Then Valkyrie goes over to this slit and is able to pull it open like a curtain. And out through the slit, you can see what looks like a dark, empty office space, basically.
Oh snap! She's going into our world now.
And she looks back to you and says, "Thank you." Then time seems to slow a bit.
Uh-oh.
Everyone will notice the bracelets that Alex gave you starts to feel ice cold against your skin.
What's happening?
Does Alex feel that difference as well with all of hers?
You do, but it's a familiar warmth as well.
Alex has tears running down her face.
Then only Alex, I think, sees this because she's more attuned, but everyone can hear this. As actually, I don't know. Actually, no. I think I'd like everyone to see this. I think through on the other side of the portal, all of you can see this tall, purple and black flowing robes figure. However, with the skull of is it a deer skull? I don't remember which one it was.
We decided on a moon dragon skull.
Michaela, why don't you describe what they see on the other side of the portal? I think I should let you do this.
So with black hollow eyes with just slight slits of white glowing from the sockets, you see a very tall. The robes are kind of robes, but they're really more wisps of spirit floating around in tendrils and just little clouds billowing from purple to black as she stands there with her hands clasped together in front of her chest. Horns arching out in a similar way that you would see a rack on a deer, with her sharp teeth and everything poking through, and she looks and just tilts her head.
Then in all of your minds, you hear this I don't know how I don't know how to best explain it. Best explain I can think of is a cold, chilling voice say to you,
"You've done well to make it this far, but the danger has not yet passed. Instead, it has accelerated. The grove is still in danger, and the forces that will come against it will now come with more vigor and more speed than before.
Oh dear.
As you are now, you will lose. You will need allies. A great battle is coming. Take what time you can to prepare. You will need every moment.
And then times starts to speed back up. The vision of Belhair sort of just vanishes, and then the portal closes behind Valkyrie.
Huh.
So wait, so Valkyrie went through that portal, and that
Yep.
thing came through it as what the other from the other side.
Belhair was only visible on the other side of the portal. Belhair was not inside the grove.
Just like fallen. Alex has
Hmm?
just fallen to her knees and has her hands clasped in front of her chest, and she's still got tears, but there's a smile on her face.
Alex?
Did Belahair like make the grove?
No, she told me there was going to be danger coming to this grove and that they needed a protector. That is why I came to the grove, was to protect it.
Well, you're not alone. So, we understand this was... Am I understanding right that this was your Belhair that you've been talking about?
Yes, that was the Blood Mother.
See,
I haven't seen her in so long.
she seems pretty cool.
She is a wondrous being.
And she wants you to protect and perhaps us to protect the grove as well.
Yes. There is much to be done. Alex will stand back up and be like, we must find a way to prepare.
Sounds like we need to be stronger.
And I think we need more people in here on our side when that time comes.
More than the people in the grove already.
Just more than you four.
Why this place? Hell is just really confused. Who's attacking? Why does it need to be protected?
I do not know. Melhair has only told me that there is a danger coming. And that we must be here. There are many people worth saving in here. This is the home of so many who have lost. They are now under my jurisdiction as a paladin of Belhair. And I will protect them with my life.
In that case, we are by your side. I think I can speak for all of us, maybe. Okay. Well, I guess from the sounds of it, perhaps we need to train some of the non-combatants here to fight. Is that my understanding?
It may be good to clue in some of the others.
We do a town meeting.
Maybe we should talk to Malachi first. Inform him of what is to come. Let us not mention Valkyrie.
Maybe a DM question quickly here, David. Did the town, like, how active was Valkyrie in terms of being around the town? Like, if she was to just not show up for a few days, would anyone start getting worried, or is that kind of normal for her?
It's not particularly strange.
Okay.
I think Cal will put her hand on Alex's shoulder and say, "I am ready to fight whatever battle is coming."
Thank you. You will be of great help, and I will make sure that this grove is protected at all costs.
So, stepping out of game for a second, if I keep comparing this to Bioware games, and this is a fair thing to do. we've just started the final mission countdown, basically. You guys have cleared the Derelict Reaper, and now you have a certain amount of time until the final mission.
All right.
Here's how it's going to work. Probably not this session, so we only got 15 minutes left. But in the coming sessions, you guys need to secure people who are ready to fight and ready to fight. Because there are people in the Grove who are not super convinced by, or not ready to fight, and there are those people who are potentially even against fighting, and because of the ramifications that this whole conflict will bring. So in the coming time, you guys will have to, or the goal is for you guys to create allies within the Grove, and then make sure that those allies are ready to fight, and that will determine how difficult the final battle will be.
Okay. We've already got Kalatan, which is pretty great.
Yeah. So as it stands right now, Calatarn is on board, ready to help. Other than Calatarn, or Cal, can't remember that. Change that. I believe if you ask him, Gigi will be ready to join you. However, beyond that, you're not sure anyone else who's like ready and willing.
So potentially we could split up and speak to some of those that we have spoken to in the past and ask for their help, or try and get at least an interest.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to speak to some people.
So just so we're clear, the people who are available to convince are going to be Dr. Nib and Rhino, Martha and Rick, Maribel, Malachi, the Nickets, and Mambara. So there are 6 people who you can convince. And I'm kind of clumping basically each house together. So since Calatarn's ready to go, Rotox and Whis follow suit. And if you convince the Nickets, then you convince the Nickets as a whole. So yeah, there are 6 people. And I'm letting you know now there is not enough time for all of them.
Okay. Well, we need to choose who we most want to fight.
Look, if we're talking about who's like the most useful in a fight, I think the family of like mouse children probably a liability. Gotta be careful about that.
Sorry, no, I was just gonna say, aren't they? Didn't we talk about them being
Only one
pretty
guy.
buff?
One specific one.
Like Thorn is pretty strong and is also a great smith, so
They
he'd be
also
able
have
to. Yeah, so the Nickets, and the thing is, like, people aren't necessarily entirely like only like their physical strength. Like if you get the Nickets, then you'll also get all of the supply that they have, because the Nickets are kind of like they have they're the craftsmen of the town. So you'll get all the weapons and armor you need from Thorn. Dimitri's a good fighter, and like the rest of them have their skills, and you'll get that from completing them.
Okay. And there's there's potentially mimics involved as well there. All right. Well, Alex, do you think Mombara would be interested? Because she seems fairly strong, but and getting nature on our side wouldn't be a bad thing. But I don't know if she is much of a fighter herself.
I worry she is so terrified of something breaking through the grove. She may fight with us, but I fear it might also just break her spirit to know that time is coming.
Okay. Or perhaps we can put it down as a maybe, if we have time.
I'm sure that a certain half-elf will be able to convince her strapping farmer.
Yes, I'm counting on that.
I mean, we can certainly talk to Malachi and ask about his ideas, but I mean, he has been here the longest, as far as I understand. So perhaps he would have the most idea of who would be the best to recruit in this sense. So maybe speaking to him first, and I don't know how much power he actually holds. I don't know if anyone has an indication of that besides having a weird house.
Yeah.
I don't know. I worry with all those magic items held in that room that are drained of their magic. It brings me concern. If you see fit, we can go talk to him and inform him of the danger coming.
I guess even if it would just help us shortlist about who would be the most appropriate to include in a battle from the Grove, who would be the most proficient or helpful. There's obviously Maribel and her skeleton army.
Oh, that's true.
How unfortunate that we sent the warrior general with wings
True.
just to let them leave.
The best fighter.
Yeah.
David just like, it's been my plan all along.
All right. And of course, even outside of this, all of us can train as well. We can all get stronger. I'd be down for a 1v at any point.
Oh yeah. Hand-to-hand combat.
We may. We also may look through the ground around Maribel's, where all of those items keep appearing. We may find some good uses there.
Sure. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Hint, hint, DM, hint, hint.
Oh, I know.
All right. Well, it sounds like we have a.
Just remember, everything takes time, and you have a very limited amount of time.
So it sounds like we need a plan. Just for sake of mental brevity, would you mind summarizing the 6 groups of people that we potentially can talk to, David?
Okay. So, the available ones to talk.
Yep.
So we have Martha and Rick. And like I think I'll even like So basically, here's how it is. You know that I think you probably would know that in order to secure Martha and Rick to help and to be on your side and to do their loyalty mission, you guys have to find a way to fix Rick. If you guys find a way to help Rick, then both of them will be indebted to you. Nib and
So
Rhino. They I don't think I ever stated exactly what they want, so you'll have to talk to them specifically in order to get that. I think Martha and Rick is the only one you actively know. But so you have Martha and Rick, Nib and Rhino, Maribel, Malachi, the Nickets, and Mambara.
So okay, just
Probably with Mambara, you have to basically convince her that the danger is here, without basically like make sure that she thinks it's possible and she's able to fight and not just feel the need to run again.
sure. The other challenge with Martha and Rick is just I don't know how proficient either of them would actually be in a battle. I mean, obviously they're very intelligent and that is good in life, but maybe not in an actual fight if that is what is required. So I want.
I mean, they are full on like they're scientists and artificers, but like they're also like full trained Templar
that's
as
great.
well. Like that's part of their job as Templar got them Templar training.
Okay, party, listen up. Who do we least want on the team? We'll start with by picking. We gotta pick just someone who we think would be the least helpful in a battle.
Malachi,
Maybe.
He's a powerful wizard, though.
I know, but
I also don't trust him.
that's what I feel like Alex is right probably in that sense, and he's old, and I don't
You're
know what
old.
he can do.
Man, racist,
Look, I am
ageist.
reasonably young
Oh,
for
that's true.
an elf.
Oh man, we are just going for it today, Elvis.
Elves are notoriously racist,
It's
all
true.
right? In like everything.
It's true.
Hashtag not my elf.
Look, I'm just looking out. I was looking out for Rhino. I just want to make sure he wasn't getting eaten.
I am actually a big fan in any setting of making elves just suck a little bit. Just
Yeah.
I like them just being a bit like overconfident. I love
They're
it.
so full of themselves and just the worst in general.
No offense.
Yeah.
You're half elf. It's okay.
Yeah.
That's
I'm elvish.
That's very true.
Elvis the Elvish.
Right,
Elvis
we're
the
cutting out
elvish.
Malachi. He's too old. We all agree this. It's fine.
Yes.
It's powerful
Yes,
with it.
he might be powerful, but I think the other more important factor is that he might be untrustworthy. So we can cut him out. That is fine.
Yeah.
Then the Nickets have a lot of resources, so there are maybe. I don't know if Maribel is much of a fighter herself. She did get stabbed that one time.
I don't
That's
know.
true, but she has like an army of.
Yeah, that's the thing. The
How many do we know
skeletons.
that she actually has?
She also has like an entire shed of magic
True.
items.
Well, we could just raid that anytime.
Yeah, she has 5 skeletons, but they are basically unkillable and will do anything to protect her.
I do think Maribel is one that we should
And
probably go for.
She's perhaps more friendly to us than most, so perhaps that would be a good factor. Okay, so Maribel tick, we got one. Maybe we save Mombara till last if we have enough time, because of the trickiness of this one and trying to convince her.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we should go her first because she sounds like the most baller one to have on the team.
Mambara? Hey, I'm
Yeah.
down to do Mambara.
We'll leave her to you then.
Nature powers are busted.
I reckon I'd be happy to speak to Mirabelle. That is fine.
I have rapport with. What are
Arthur
their
and
scientist names again?
Martha and Rick
What's their last name though?
Becker.
Okay. Them.
Okay.
Support with them.
Right, that would be a good place to start.
So much rapport, I definitely know their names.
It's been a few weeks.
And just so you guys aren't scrubbing in the dark. You guys do already have a way to help Rick.
Cal?
Just to,
Cal?
no, Cal hasn't mentioned anything of the sort that she can do.
Let's remember what we could possibly
I gotta
have
go
to
back
help
and
Rick.
re-listen to the previous episodes.
We have science and magic at our disposal, and hopefully high rolling dice.
Well, either way, it's 10 o'clock. I gotta get ready for work. You guys can think about what you guys want to do over the coming week, and next week we will start securing allies.
Music for this episode was Voice of Nature and Sad by Les FM and was distributed by Pixabay.com. Thank you for listening to this episode of The Grove. If you enjoyed this episode, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel to find more episodes and other Grove-related content.